I wish I could lie to you and say that I'm only doing this very weird, pointless thing because I've been in quarantine and I'm bored. But that is not true. I did this months ago, way before any of this started, and just in my free time. And I'm also still not in quarantine now. I am an essential worker. I'm just also still doing this in what little free time I have. And if that doesn't tell you the kind of person I am, I really don't know what will. So basically, in like 2009, I stopped playing Webkinz, and I wanted to see what the house looked like when I left it, and it looked absolutely fucking insane. There's a backyard and a garden somehow in the middle of the house. There's both a water room and the cove, which should be the same room. The kitchen and the dining room are not next to each other. And the whole thing is just a mess. And trying to recreate that realistically is just not feasible. Especially not in The Sims 4, where they do not have the range and the flavor of the furniture design that Webkinz has. But I certainly tried my best. And it's about time that someone else besides me sees the very pointless fruits of my labor. So that's what I'll be showing you today. I do not have every single pack, which is going to make this build 1,000 times harder. Literally all I have is City Living, Seasons, Discover University, and Bowling Night stuff. Oh, and Get to Work. So if you see a room that has something that would look perfect with something from like Island Living, it's not going to be there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a screenshot comparison of the rooms with a brief part of the speed build, because the speed build itself is about 45 minutes long. I'm stupid, unfortunately, so when I took the screenshots, some of the debug items were not copied over. So if the screenshots don't look perfect, that's just because they don't, and I'm not redoing them again. Anyway, let's begin. Also, in the process of making this video, I logged into Webkinz every day and actually got the Webkinz Crown of Wonder, and that is the greatest achievement of my whole life. Just wanted to let everyone know. So, as a child, it seems what I did for each Webkinz was assign them a room style based on their personality. Unfortunately, I forgot to make a personality for Sandy the Seal. So she skipped that stage of childhood development, where she got a personality. But that's okay, she can be a bland bitch, it's fine. So her room's pretty simple, just pink. It was a good start for building because it was boring as hell and Sims could actually match up to the style. But trying to figure out how to recreate a pool in the middle of a room was definitely a challenge and very tedious to place each stone one by one, but I did it. So you might immediately notice how jarringly different and insane this room is, which is a fair thing to notice. This is where the designs in Webkinz start getting a little wacky, a little kooky. This is Daffodil. I guess her personality was that she was a movie star. I don't know if that was obvious to you, but just in case you didn't get it, I wanted to really point it out. And trying to recreate this room, as you might have noticed, was a nightmare. And I also just forgot to match the carpet because I've got no brain cells left, love. I do want to say, though, that TV kind of went off. Like, my brain kind of snapped on that one. I know you see the bamboo TV. I know you see it, and I want you to stop looking at it and look away and pretend it's not there. Look instead at the couch with the leaves coming out of it, or the banana tree that I made, and only those two things. Thank you. So this is Shadow, not the hedgehog, the raccoon. And, raccoons be eaten in the garbage. They really do be rummaging around. And I do want to give myself a quick pat on the back for matching the flooring and the wallpaper so surprisingly well. So that is a plus. However, everything else is a huge minus. This room was basically me frantically rummaging through the debug system, trying to get anything that even remotely matched, and then forgetting to find it for the comparison screenshot. So really just a big waste of time all around. I have such a vivid memory in my mind of this theme, which is called the condo theme, being my absolute favorite, and I have no idea why. Like, looking at it now, it's kind of a weird combination of colors. Like, the chocolate brown and the white I get, but then you throw in this, like, weird, like, lime, like, yellowy green, and then it's like, what's going on? Why is there bricks? So, I don't know, but I remember really liking it back then, so I gave it to Julia because pandas are one of my favorite animals. So I was like, oh, one of my favorite animals should get the favorite theme. And that was my reasoning. It doesn't look that bad as a recreation, but trying to make the floating teapot, which Julia has for some reason, was definitely the biggest challenge. You know what? Considering we can't even make underwater rooms in The Sims 4, I think I didn't do that bad of a job. I really flexed my creative brain cells on this one. You know, I used the fucking debug shit for the rock. I found a fountain that looked good. I put decals on the dresser. I found doors that matched. You know, I really put my heart and soul into this room. That doesn't mean it looks good. It just means I put my heart and soul into it. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Who the fuck is Bella, and why does she have a classroom? Well, Bella is the little cat you see entering the doorway that's been in the corner of every single screenshot. She is the first Webkinz I ever got, and I still have the plush of her to this day. She's the one you saw in the beginning wearing the crown of wonder. She is an icon, she is a queen, she is the mother we always wanted, the sister we never had. In terms of why there's a classroom, I wish I could fucking tell you. Why is it in the middle of the house? Why is it Bella's classroom when she's as young as all my other Webkinz? You know, these are just questions that 11-year-old me holds the answers to, and 23-year-old me does not. But you know, I will say, I think I did a pretty good job replicating it, and I commend myself for it. It's just ugly. It's just ugly. I don't know what else to say. The furniture choice is abysmal. It does not match the wallpaper. What is that flooring? Why are there pictures sporadically everywhere? And how is there a window leading to outside when this room is in the middle of the house? How? You know, at first glance, this is a very boring bathroom, but when you really think about it, something about it becomes very haunting. Like, why is the furniture so far apart? And why is it so sparse? Like, when I originally built it, and I had all of the rooms next to each other, this room was much bigger, so the furniture was even farther apart. And I shrunk it down for this screenshot, but, like, it's just so empty. Like, this looks like a bathroom I would see in a dream. It doesn't look real. Okay, I know you're confused. I know you're confused. I am too! Okay. So this is the movie theater. I don't know. I don't know why there's a kitchen. I don't know why there's flowers. I don't know why there's no screen for them to watch the movies on. I don't know. Okay, so now that you've seen the movie room, here's the rec room, which might leave you even more confused. Because this is clearly supposed to be a movie theater. There's a ticket stand, there's a concession stand, and this room has the fucking seats and the TV to watch the movie. So why the hell is this the rec room and not the movie theater? And what the fuck is the movie theater supposed to be? 11-year-old me was on crack. I don't know how in her mind she conjured up this image of these two rooms and thought, yeah, this is it. This is how interior design works. I've nailed it. I've done it. I don't get it. And recreating it was a nightmare, okay? I'm suffering. This is Shaka, and his personality is dog, is being a dog. I don't know if cats and dogs or My First Pet stuff would have helped with this. It's a little bland. I'll admit it. It's a little boring. As you can see, I tried to figure out how to do a roof for his bed, and I just gave up and used a dollhouse, but you know, we don't have to talk about it, it's fine. So this kitchen is like mostly normal, like at first glance. You know, a BLT table's kind of kooky, but for Webkinz it makes sense. You know, the appliances look normal. The grandfather clock and whatever is next to it is when it starts to get weird. And then there's an inflatable sofa that's being used as dining chairs. And I still don't know what 11-year-old me's vision was on that. And I think I ended up using the weather control device for whatever is next to the grandfather clock. I still don't know what that is. But, you know, I tried. Here's Maddie the poodle, third Webkinz I ever got, still have her. She wanted to be a chef, that's why she's in the little outfit. Why is her room small, you might be asking? I don't know. The only two small rooms I think are this one and the bathroom, so I don't know why I hated on Maddie like that, but I do sincerely apologize. I made her room a little bigger for the screenshot, but that just makes it look weird because then her like 4 pieces of furniture are very far apart. The biggest problem was that orange table, which you'll end up seeing a couple more times in this build, but it was, you know, as always, just adventures in the debug menu. Okay, lads, we've reached Bella's room. You know, the star of the show, the belle of the ball. Ha! Belle of the ball. Anyway, this room is important not just because it's Bella and she is the first Webkinz and all that, but because when I saw the wallpaper I used on the right in a different build, that's what inspired me to do this whole house, because I was like, oh my god, that looks like that wallpaper I saw in my Webkinz house. And honestly, it's a pretty good match, and I mean, it's the only good match in this whole room, but, well, no, the bowling ball chair, or the bowling pin chair. That was fun. I had luckily just bought bowling stuff. It's like the only stuff pack I have because I love bowling, and wow, did it come in handy, because I think that chair looks pretty cute, and the wall looks pretty cute, and the poster's good. But nothing else. I'm sorry, Bella. You deserve more. I couldn't help but laugh when I saw that this was the next room I had to record for, because it's just so bad. Because, like, in the Webkinz screenshot, it looks normal. It looks like it's, like, surrounded by greenery, but in reality, it's surrounded by 4 walls. It's, like, in the middle of the house. How is that a backyard? Anyway, for the Sims screenshot, I made it, you know, actually outside, so it looked more normal, but when I was building it, it was just when surrounded by walls, so it looked fucking insane. And, like, I don't have a hammock, I don't have a trampoline, I didn't have any of this shit, so I had to, like, rigmarole a lifeguard chair, and the pool's not above ground. It's a mess, I'm sorry. This is Zach. I also still have his plush. I think he was my 4th Webkinz. He's one of the little cans. He's one of the little bitty babies. And his room was exciting because his room was actually on the absolute right side of the house, and it had a window, which means I could actually put a window there and it would make sense. Unfortunately, his window is somehow showing the city, like, from above, as if we lived in, like, an apartment. So that part doesn't make any sense. But the exciting thing is that there's a window where a window should be. So we're just gonna take the wins, okay? We're gonna take the W's. I had to DIY my cloud wallpaper, but that is pretty good. We can ignore whatever that candy cane tree is and just focus on the wins. Focus on the W's. Here's Andy the Dalmatian. Can you guess what his interest is? Baseball, right? No, obviously it's football. And somehow there's really not a lot of football stuff in The Sims 4. I don't know, maybe it's in like Parenthood or something like that, but like I've mentioned many times, I am broke. So it wasn't in any of the packs that I had. So basically nothing in the Sims version looks like it's even remotely football related. But just close your eyes, squint, make it blurry, and it almost looks the same. You know what? Some may call this tacky. Some may call this hideous and weird and not what a room should look like. But I think, considering, ow, I hit my elbow, considering my limitations, I think I did a good job. Look at all that foliage. I even found a fucking lily pad to put over the bed. Like, come on. The tree as the stump. Come on. Can I at least get some props? I even got antennas sticking out of the TV. Come on, I want participation points. This one is arguably the most realistic out of every room, but it is also arguably the most boring. Also, why are the paintings going off of the wall into the blue dimension? Who knows? I kind of put my foot into my mouth when I joked about baseball because there's actually someone whose theme is baseball, and it's Sparky. I bought him on eBay for, I want to say, 90 cents. Also, I don't know how I got access to eBay when I was like 12, but that's a story for another day. So here's Sparky. He's great, second Webkinz I ever got. His room, however, a nightmare, disastrous. There is only one baseball item that I own, and it's those bats on the bed. And the way that they're placed, you can only lean them against the wall, so I had to put them like that. And then I have like bonbons or something as the cushions, and like nothing looks good. And I'm so sorry. This is the storage room, and honestly, there's not much to say. It was just a room where I put all my extra clothes. Nothing too exciting. For whatever reason, when I originally made all the comparison screenshots, I did not combine them for Isabella's room, and I don't feel like opening Photoshop just to do that, so I'm just gonna put them side by side. So, sorry, this is my first YouTube video. It doesn't have to be perfect. But yeah, so I have a Bella and I have an Isabella. I know I'm really great at names. Her room was really a lot of like high fantasy stuff, and I think having like Realm of Magic probably would have helped here, but once again, I am poor. So this is the bootleg version. Enjoy. So this is the Cove, I guess, which is one of two, well, I guess technically three if you count Lexi's room, one of three water-based rooms in this house. I don't know. If I had, what's the fucking pack with Sulani? Island Living? Is that what it's called? If I had Island Living, this room would probably look really, really good. But I don't have Island Living, so it looks really, 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 really bad. Really, really bad. I would like to officially give the award for most realistic recreation to the flower room. Give it up for the flower room. What does that mean? I don't know. But does it look almost the same as the original? Yeah. I think the only thing that's weird is the wall, because I couldn't figure out how to do half glass, half brick. But everything else, exactly the same. So the garden was pretty much the same problem as the backyard, which is to say, in Webkinz it looks like it's outside, but in reality it's in the middle of the house, like it should be surrounded by walls, which is not how gardens nor backyards work. So for the sake of the screenshot, I just took the garden outside, but while I was building it, as you will see, it was in fact just a room, which looks kind of insane, but I think that's the theme of the house at this point. Is just, you know what, I think this house is actually a psych ward. I changed my mind. No, it's an art exhibit. It's a social experiment. That's what this house is. I don't know what it was with 11-year-old me who would make like a relatively normal looking room and then was like, it needs a statement piece. I know. A holographic jello cactus in the corner that doesn't match at all. It makes no sense. And I think she did it with some sort of hidden arcane knowledge that I would be recreating all of these rooms and to piss me off.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
Is there a pack in The Sims 4 that has garage or automobile themed stuff? Because to my knowledge there isn't any, and I would like to see it. Not just because in my current playthrough of The Sims I have a Sim who is essentially like a grease monkey, But that might also be the reason. But also because Webkinz makes it look really cool, and the Webkinz version just looks really sad. I actually really like Clucky's room. I think it has a nice, country, homey feel. My recreation doesn't look that bad. I remember getting very excited, just like in Zach's room, about how there were windows, and not only one, but 2 windows where actually I could put them because it's on the side of the house. I got very excited about that. And I also got very excited that I happen to have the same green apple clock because I got Discover University. So, in general, this room makes me very happy. I know it's not perfect, but it looks good enough for me. And that's who I'm doing this for, so yay. Do you remember how I mentioned at the beginning of this video how there was the water room and there was also the cove? Well, you've seen the cove, here's the water room. Again, not sure why I decided to make 2 different rooms, because it's pretty much the same idea. I guess the water room is technically underwater, but it's not even an actual water room, because you can make those in Webkinz, so I don't know what the point of that was. So this is on me. Do you see that thing in the corner of Max's room in the corner? What is that? I didn't check while I was actually taking the screenshots. It looks like it floats, so maybe it makes balloons or something? I have absolutely no idea, but that was one of the weirdest items I had ever seen, and The Sims didn't even come close. You can see I just kind of put a sculpture to make up for it, but nothing works. Nothing in this room works. The Sims version looks super sparse and way too big. The pig doesn't look right. The sculpture doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right. Dylan is truly on some king shit. You see the chair on the right side? There's a door behind that. He's blocking it. I believe it goes into the next room, which is Leon's room, and he said, "You are a leopard, I am a lion. I am superior, you don't get to come in here." Maybe Dylan's a little racist. Now that I'm phrasing it like that. But it is a throne, so maybe it's just a king thing. I don't know. I don't know why Dylan wouldn't want to go into Leon's room, because it's one of my favorite rooms. I'm a little biased because I love space. I literally have a tattoo of a pinup girl who's an astronaut on my leg. So I'm a little biased in that I love space, but I also think that the Webkinz space theme is just really cool and charming. I tried my best for The Sims. It sort of worked, but also I had to make a computer 5 times its size and have it be on a desk that I shrunk down 5 times its size, because in The Sims you can't put computers on surfaces that aren't a desk, and I wanted it to look like the TV, so it's technically floating in the room. So, hit or miss. I guess I sometimes miss. So this is the last room. I know, it's crazy. You've somehow sat through 30-something rooms, which is incredible, and I'm so sorry. But this is Melissa's room, obviously. I guess her personality was just I'm baby, because it's just the kindergarten theme, which I guess there were worse themes I could have ended on. I also built them in the same order that I showed them to you, so I remember by the time I got to this room, I was so just drained in every sense of the word. I was fucking whatever. Just found a grilled cheese, fucking slapped that shit together. I was here's a duck for Mr. Quacker, Dr. Quacker. I was just whatever. It doesn't technically look that bad, but it's also just pretty simple. But by the time I got here, I was just whatever. Whatever, it all looks like shit. I mean, I knew it would. But God, I'm sick of looking at it. I'm done. Ah, holy fuck. Thank you for watching. Oh my god. If anyone is hearing this right now, you are amazing, and also you have suffered. And I thank you for that. What did we learn today? We learned that The Sims 4, in terms of furniture design, has absolutely nothing on Webkinz. Webkinz is on another level. They have the range, they have the flavor, the spice, the talent. Incredible, unique, show-stopping, never before done, totally original. Yeah, I think The Sims 4 should take some notes, because I would like to see more creative and wacky designs in The Sims 4. And I think that they could turn to Webkinz for some inspiration. So if anyone would like to see a Webkinz Sims 4 crossover for the next expansion pack, let me know and I'll start the change.org petition. But yeah, so I think I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, which was to see how a room with furniture that zany would look in quote-unquote real life, which is to say bad, because I couldn't really make it look the same. I think if you were to actually take the Webkinz stuff and turn it to real life, it would look like every house on Extreme Home Makeover. You know how, like, the kid would kind of mention offhandedly, like, oh, I kind of like horses, so they would be like, your bed's a horse, and your walls look like a barn, and your desk is a horse, and your chair is a horse. That's sort of what I did. Like, Leon the Lion was sort of like, oh, I like the moon, so I was like, your fucking moon is the whole room, and your computer is a spaceship. That's literally what I did for, like, every room. I guess I didn't even realize that until right now, but yeah, I guess I watched too much Home Improvement. No, not Home Improvement. That's that's a different show. Extreme Home Makeover. I did not watch a lot of Home Improvement. I have taste. And okay, that's enough of my voice for the rest of my life. Thanks again. I'm not going to tell you to subscribe because as of right now, you have no reason to, but I will say that after this video, I'm getting a better mic, and also I do want to make more videos. Not all of them will be about Webkinz or The Sims, but some of them will be. So if you liked this, hey, there might be more in store for you. Thanks again. Please watch something that is better on your eyes.